Microphone check, 1, 2. Welcome to the TSP, another episode. Arana, son. Episode 26 or 25? 26. 26. 26. 26. I got it. I got it. I got it. Saw the cat run by somewhere. Just saw that. But, obnoxious ass 30-second intro aside, welcome to the TSP, episode 26. I am your host, Trey Smith, here again with nobody. Suffice it to say, we actually have some things to discuss on this episode. That's fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. What is that? Sorry, I didn't think that. Dude, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. I think I need to walk back my Netflix only makes shitty movies statement. Or not walk it back completely. Let me walk back a few words. Netflix only makes shitty horror movies. That might have been what I said anyway, but now I'm definitively stating it. Because watched two Netflix movies that weren't complete and total garbage. One was kind of bad. One was half decent. Pretty good. One was Red Notice with Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne Johnson. Kind of bad. One was The Guilty with Jake Gyllenhaal. Directed by Antoine Fuqua. I saw Antoine Fuqua. I think he directed Training Day. I saw that and got hyped. My girl was like, I don't know what that means. And I was like, he directed Training Day. She was like, I've never seen it. And I was like, get out of my house. And then after I kicked her out, I watched the movie. The movie was, I don't want to say fire. I almost said fire, but it was pretty good, dude. Jake Gyllenhaal plays a cop, got demoted for reasons that aren't stated directly. They kind of they give you enough to kind of they give you enough to basically figure it out before they tell you what he did at the end of the movie. I was pretty impressed, dude. Besides from good direction and great acting from Gyllenhaal, obviously, it's really just him. Like, he's a 911 operator because he got demoted, and that's it. Like, there's a couple people around him, a few that he talks to. There's one that seems like authority in the room, like watching over all the operators. That's the only other person that you like see consistently. Everyone else is through 911 calls and like fucking well, yeah, they're all 911 calls, I guess. That's the best way to fucking say it. Through 911 calls because he's the fucking operator. The fucking voice acting over the phone was phenomenal. And I enjoyed the movie. I really did. I was kind of falling asleep, not because of the movie, but because I was tired in general. But it was one of those movies where, like, the more I just made myself not fall asleep and just need to watch it, the more the plot eventually got the juices flowing, and I was up. I was up, man. I was watching. As soon as I think it's a little over halfway in the movie, the real like twist happens and you're like, oh fuck. And then it's great acting. It's phenomenal acting from there. Not even a joke. The Guilty with Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm going to rate it because I keep trying to like avoid spoilers and I hate fucking doing that. So I'm just going to rate it. Give a spoiler warning. You could skip forward 5 fucking minutes from there and then go about your day if you don't want to fucking hear about it. But this movie came out 2 months ago. It's on Netflix. You've probably seen it before I did. I see shit super late. I talked about a Will Ferrell fucking Lifetime movie one episode, and it was completely out of left field. So me getting a movie that's 2 months old is actually like really like good, really close. And Red Notice is like brand fucking new. Anyhoozle. The Guilty, Jake Gyllenhaal. It's on Netflix. I do recommend watching it. It's only like an hour 40 minutes. It ain't one of them movies that's like thinks it's that smells its own shit too much. Gets in and out, and it's a great watch. Even me and my lady, when the twist happened, she was like, "What?" And I like reassured that's what it was, and she was like, "Oh." Pacing, I think, was. It started out really good, I think, pacing wise, and then it kind of stalled for like a half. It stalled for a half second, and then it picked it back up again. I'll go 8 out of 10 on The Guilty. That's actually, like, I think pretty high for it. But I enjoyed it. Gyllenhaal did a great fucking job. I didn't know Ethan Hawke was one of the dudes on the phones. Yeah, 8 out of 10. Watch it. I'm going to get into some spoilers. I don't like fucking, like, recounting the whole movie. 1, I don't have a good enough memory to do that. 2, who the fuck wants to hear me do that? 3, well, I guess there is no 3, but you get the point. So, this man got demoted because he shot somebody. He shot a 19-year-old, and they plant seeds of it all through the movie that this dude's crazy impulsive. So, I got way ahead of myself. I started from the end. Let me start from the beginning instead. So, just know that he got demoted, and he's the 911 operator because he shot a young man who was innocent. And then fairly early in, it gets going. He gets a call from this chick named Emily. She's acting like she's talking to her daughter, which is, like, straight out of the book of, like, if you're abducted or with, like, a predator or someone for females, like you gotta act like you're talking to someone else. Like, he's like, hey, act like you're talking to your kid. I'm going to say a bunch of colors. When I get to the color, tell me that's fine, sweetie. Orange, blue, white, or he says white. That's fine, sweetie. Bang. So we think, oh, fuck, dude, this husband's like a piece of shit. He's got a record of assault. This dude's a piece of shit. Go to the house. They said someone had a knife. The daughter picks up the phone. They called the house. The daughter picks up the phone. She says the parents were screaming. The dad was screaming. Someone had a knife. Yada, yada, yada. Duke tells Jake Gyllenhaal, I forget his fucking name in the movie. God damn it. I think it was Joe. Joe Dick or Harry tells fucking the little kid, go sit in the room with your brother, because the parents left 2 kids at the house, Abby and the young boy. Come to find out, the young boy is dead. Got stabbed. So now, Jake Gyllenhaal is freaking the fuck out. He's freaking the fuck out. He gets back on the phone with the woman who called him, and he tells her to put on her seatbelt and pull the fucking emergency brake. He said, is he wearing his seatbelt? No. Are you? No. Put it on. Pull the e-brake. So you hear, no. So then she calls back and says, it didn't work. I'm going to die. And they're like, fuck, man, you got to catch this dude. This dude's a psycho. Same time, cops are calling him in like, oh, fuck. We're trying to get in this house, but there's a big-ass fucking dog right here. Oh, no. Shady dudes got big dogs on leashes. They're giving all the stereotypes, and you're just eating that shit up. You're sitting there eating that shit up like, this dude's a piece of shit. Come to find out, the lady calls one more time. She's like, they're going to put me back in the box. I just wanted to help Oliver. He had snakes in his belly. And then dude's like, wait a minute. Snakes in his belly? Wait, what? And she's like, he's not in pain anymore. And he's like, what are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Come to find out, they're in the supposed psycho's house with the big fucking dog. Dude's not a psycho, okay? The actual psycho is the lady. And it's documented psycho. Psych ward papers in dude's house. She was rehabilitated at a mental institution. Come to find out, they tried to do something in their marriage where they would kind of kick the meds, and then she thought the boy had snakes in his belly. stabbed the fucking baby to death, dude. I was like, what the? You don't see any of that, obviously, but that is like, because the camera literally never leaves Jake Gyllenhaal, like the whole movie. It's all over the phone, and it's like crazy how well done it is. But, yeah, come to find out she's the one that stabbed Oliver, and the husband, like, didn't know what to do. He didn't want to call the police on her, just tried to take her back to the mental institution. She ends up getting on the phone. He says, all right, you can call Abby, the daughter. She ends up calling 911. And you're just looking at it through that lens the whole time until then. And you're like, what, dude? What? Oh, he also had her bust dude in the head with a fucking brick. Because in between the 2 times she called when she was in the trunk saying she was going to die, when she first called and said she was going to die, and the second time when she called whenever she said that she was the one that stabbed Oliver. After that first time, that call ended because she found a brick in the trunk, and he pulled over to check on her, and Jake Gyllenhaal told her to bust this fucking dude in the head. He said he deserved it. And then the whole time this is going on, someone calls in 911, and he's like, 911, dude, I just fucking hit my knee. I wrecked my bike. I got my knees fucked up. Jake Gyllenhaal's like, dude, what? Okay, and he hangs up on him. And then he calls 911 again, obviously, because 911, my knee. And he's like, yeah, what? Stop. What are you calling here for? And he's like, can you send me an ambulance? And he's like, for your knee? Call an Uber. Don't call me again. And hangs up. Dude, you can't do that. You're the 911 operator, bro. You can't say, don't call here no more. He says, don't fucking call me again. Click. Calls Emily back up. Emily, are you okay? What the... Now, there's a whole subplot, again, like that I'm not going to get into, that has him emotionally invested to this thing. And it gets you emotionally invested into it. But, yeah, I really only wanted to explain the twist, not the whole fucking movie. I ended up going for like 7 fucking minutes on that. We'll see how much of that ends up not getting sliced out with a scalding hot fucking samurai sword when I'm editing this thing. But under Red Notice, which I didn't watch for 2 weeks because I just knew what it was. Now I'm not going to say this is bad because I had a good time with it. It's Ryan Reynolds, dude. It's a rock. I'm not going to fucking hate this. It was a good movie. There was a lot of money in it, obviously. There was some shoddy CG, but for the most part, looked great, high scale. This is just a low, I think, an average to below average action comedy that you could pretty much guess how and what goes on in it based on the 2 dudes on the front. I thought Gal Gadot was good. I thought she came off a little awkward in some parts. I didn't like the long con, dude. I didn't like it. There's several long cons in this thing. The longest one, didn't like it. I give this one a 4.5. The Guilty, I give an 8. This one, 4.5. Actually, 5. I'll give it a 5. Nah, 4.5. Because The Guilty, dude, because The Guilty, I was going to initially give a 7.5. But because it was on my brain so much today after watching it yesterday, that bumps it up to an 8, dude. Red Notice, I pretty much flushed that shit right out immediately. 4.5. But for Netflix, that movie's like an 8. 10 for a Netflix movie was my initial thought, because I saw that after I saw The Guilty. Or before I saw The Guilty, excuse me. But it's not, again, it's funny. Like, there's some funny parts in it. Ryan Reynolds is gonna have that. The Rock is gonna be charming. Gal Gadot's gonna be kick-ass while also sizzling. Yeah. Me and my lady were gonna watch it. We passed out. I ended up, like, emerging at 12:30 in the morning like a fucking vampire. Like, oh, Victoria. Phil. Wake up. Didn't matter. Drank some water, sat up. Just watched the fucking movie. I didn't want to watch it too loud because, Shorty Doo-Wop was sleeping here. So I didn't want to watch it too loud. So I put it like on like 12 with some subtitles, and I watched it, and I enjoyed it. There were a couple parts where I was like, I had to hold my mouth because I was laughing real hard. Probably not the parts that like everyone else did. Like I love this, like the little Ryan Reynolds shit. Like when he bumps into the rock and he's like, oh my God, you're like a well-dressed wall. Like there's just like, oh honey, she's a hard 10. And you're a muscular toddler. The fourth wall breaking, he's got to be careful with how he keeps incorporating that into other movies, because it immediately takes you to Deadpool, which is a much better Ryan Reynolds movie. Like when these glorified extras get out of the way, and then he's walking around, I was like, where is it? Yeah, look for the box called MacGuffin. All right, wait a minute. What are we? You on the wrong set? Otherwise, yeah, if you're a fan of any of the three people I just stated that are stars of this thing, you'll probably enjoy it. I think it was a little long-winded. I didn't like the ending. The only part about the ending was good was when he was eating the pork, and he said, this cheese is awful. And like, it's not cheese, it's uncooked pork. And he's like, I heard tapeworms are in this year. Otherwise, I don't need to sit here and poorly retell jokes from movies or poorly retell movie plots anymore. Watch both those movies. If Netflix is your only option and you haven't seen them, why not? Or if like you do like we do and it's like, all right, which streaming service? And that's the one for the night, whichever one you decide. You make like one of those fucking like four-folded things. I was never good at making them, so I don't know what they're called. I would always ask like a girl in the class to make them for me, and then I would draw dumb shit on it. So they'd be like, all right, so what streaming service? Pick a number. 3. 1, 2, 3. HBO Max. That's love it. Netflix. Showtime. Oh shit, speaking of Showtime, dude, I finally watched the first episode of Dexter New Blood. I didn't even mean to, but I was gonna just let them stack because I heard it was a limited series, so I was assuming there's only gonna be like 8 episodes. I was just gonna let them stack because I hate doing the week to week thing. But I'm thinking after this Sunday, I'm gonna have to do the week to week thing. I was just perusing YouTube this morning before I went to the gym, looking for something quick to throw on, like for 15-20 minutes while I got all my shit together, and then I saw Dexter New Blood episode 1 free to watch or whatever on YouTube, and I clicked on it and I was like, oh shit, yeah, we're gonna have to sit down and watch this. So from the fucking first instant, I'm hooked because I didn't realize how bad I really missed this whole world. Dexter Morgan, Dexter's quirkiness. It's crazy how much he's implemented still into his life. He's very neat, meticulous. He doesn't bring donuts anymore every day. He brings the little strawberry cake things or whatever his boss likes. Jim Lindsay in this little ass town. I really, really liked it, man. It felt like classic Dexter. Michael C. Hall just slipped back into Dexter Morgan's skin like it was nothing, dude. I haven't seen episode 2 because as I'm recording this, I believe episode 3 comes out tomorrow. So I'm just going to wait for those 2 episodes and then watch them on Monday or Tuesday, one of the two. But at episode 1, oh yeah, got me looking for more. If you like Dexter and haven't watched Dexter New Blood, I'm about to get into some spoilers for the series premiere. So strap in or skip ahead, motherfucker, because here they're coming. Hold on, I need a drink. Then they're coming. Normally I edit out the drinks, but that one was needed. Dexter New Blood. The whole thing is you're just building anticipation for Dexter to kind of just give in to his dark passenger, obviously, and they do a fucking phenomenal job of laying out the town, emphasizing that it's a little town. Word spreads fast about everything. There's these douche dicks coming into town, and one just rubs Dexter the wrong way. And it really, just when it seemed like Dexter was just like, he wasn't going to give in to his dark passenger, the dickhead just pushed him too far. And then you fucking hear that, you hear the, because through the whole show, Dexter talks to himself, like monologues to himself. And you don't hear any of that for like the first 30 minutes of the episode until finally he snaps and you just hear, "It's been a really long time. Tonight's the night." And it's, oh, dude, I started cheering. There's some shit I'm not going to get into, the shit with Harrison and all that. Well, I guess I just got into it, so it doesn't really matter. I should just continue to get into it. But hey, that's what we're here for, man. Disjoints. Like, it just set it up so perfect. There's suspense. I want to see what happens next. Great acting. I don't need Ghost Deb, though. That's literally the one thing I don't like is Ghost Deb. I don't like Deb. Well, not that I don't like Deb. I don't like Deb in big amounts. That was even like on the like when the show was running. Like, too much Deb, I'm starting to check out. She's a fucking like angsty, wiry fuck, and she gets on my nerves sometimes. I still love Deb. I wanted to slap her ghost face when she was trying to tell Dexter not to say yes to Harrison, and that kind of pissed me off at first when he told Harrison basically, "Get the fuck out of my house, I'm not Dexter Morgan." Then he has that moment, dude. He shoves a fucking knife through that asshole's chest. He shoves the knife in, he looks in the mirror. "Hello, Dexter Morgan." Oh, dude, it was perfect. It was perfect. I knew from there on he was going to fix that shit. And then what did he do right after that? He went to get Harrison at the bus stop, and he said, "After Miami, you never get used to this goddamn cold. Thought you didn't fucking know me. Oh, you're going to make me say it, aren't you, you little shit?" So many questions. Where's Hannah? What happened to Hannah? Did Hannah send Harrison? Does Hannah know? Has Dexter kept in contact with anybody? How did Harrison find Dexter? I don't know. But, hey, this is the thing, dude. This is what good shows, this is what Dexter in particular was so good at doing. Building millions of questions that you need answers to, but you're not going to get them because it's going to get dragged out and it's going to get more and more suspenseful, intense, and oh, it's so good. The acting, fantastic. Michael C. Hall, again, I can't emphasize enough. Fan-fucking-tastic. Sliding right back into Dexter Morgan. Just the little quirks, the slight social awkwardness, the like when he's faking it at times, but he like when he doesn't give a fuck, but he's just saying shit like when the asshole invites him to a party and he's like, "Maybe," or whatever the fuck, like super disinterested, but still says the nice thing, but just not really in like the nicest way, like might. Drinks his beer. You know damn well I'm not coming. I'm really looking forward to it. I heard episode 2 and 3 were pretty good as well. Yeah, this just immediately, I think I talked about it on here, that back in the day when it was like soon as season 5 started rolling, something felt off. And then all the seasons following it, something just felt off the whole time. Soon as it started running here, something felt right. Very, very right. The soul of Dexter has been captured again in this shit. In just this one episode, I feel they can fumble and fuck it up, but I just don't think they will. I'm super hyped. Super, super hyped. I'm cool either way, too. I'm cool if this like becomes its own like 3-4 season thing, or if it is just a one-time thing and it's like an 8 to 12 episode wrap-up of Dexter. An actual wrap-up of Dexter. I'm cool with that, too. I'm cool with either one. Highly recommend it if you haven't seen it, though. I think that's all of my my watchathon, though. Nice little watch party. I guess I can get into some music. The biggest album to talk about is obviously Adele's. Have not listened to all of it yet. I've heard 3 or 4 songs off it. All of them were fucking fantastic. I was listening to My Little Love on the way home. Almost started tearing up, dude. This is fucking fire. Fire. That woman is crazy talented. So fire. I Drink Wine was crazy, but the few songs I did here were fucking insane. And that's not surprising. It's fucking Adele, dude. Freddie Gibbs and Jadakiss put out a single. Black Illuminati. Shit is insane fire. I highly recommend checking that out. There was another one that came out. The Weeknd put out his Spanish song with Rosalia, La Fama. He is singing in Spanish. That's his fucking every pop star's got one. That's his Espanol song. Bryson Tiller put out a Christmas EP. First listen, it was just cool. I wasn't really fucking with it all like that. The Justin Bieber song was probably the best song on there, but he's singing about being alone for Christmas. I'm like, fam, ain't you married? This is just a disconnect for me. Masego Devin Morrison put out a song. Yams. I think I shared that on my Instagram story. That song's fire. Masego doesn't really, again, he's one of those dudes that doesn't really put out bad music. Joel Ortiz. Joel Ortiz dropped a great album. I don't know if I think I talked about it on here a couple episodes ago. He put out a single, OG, and it was really good. And I said I was looking forward to this album. And this album is really good from the beginning. It doesn't stop. In My Feelings, rolls right through Housing Authority one day. Masked Up's good. OG, Lifeline. Sci-Hi does his thing on Holy Ghost. Doors Up, Love Is Love. This is a great album from Joel, and it's great to hear. What are you going to do, huh? Any other music you listen to? Again, Adele I'll probably get into next week. Gibbs and Kiss, great. Joel's album, great. I heard a couple songs off the DaBaby EP. That was pretty good. And French Montana put out a project. I heard some songs off of it. It was 21 songs. Not too bad. It was about an hour. Fuck With Me, Get a Bag. Touch the Sky with John Lennon was real good. A couple other tracks on there I'm fucking with. Again, I'll probably touch on this one next week too, because I didn't listen to too much of it, most of it, but you know, I feel about one time through. Unless it really like blows my mind, I don't really bring it here. Y'all better listen to that Elijah Blake album. It was good. Other than that, I don't know what else to get into. I will probably not put out an episode next Sunday. Most likely. There's a chance, because there's always a chance. But most likely the week this next Sunday, the week following Thanksgiving. My phone is out charging in the other room. I actually don't know what the exact date would be. But episode 27 will most likely come out 2 weeks after this as opposed to a week. But like everything, you never know. Just a pre-heads up. I, again, would make an official Instagram post or something. Yada, yada, yada. I'm horrible at promoting and keeping things and like giving information. I'm horrible at it. So, in the meantime, I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday. Spend time with your loved ones. Get wasted. Eat a bunch of fucking food. Do the damn thing. So I guess... Oh, and yeah, last week's episode didn't even come close to making it on YouTube. Didn't even clear customs. Played the Elijah Blake snippet. Figured it would probably get flagged on YouTube. Didn't even get to make it to... As soon as it scanned it, like, to process it, it was like, nah. I was like, alright, yeah, whatever. I'll just pull it off. Obviously, I'm fucking all lost in the algorithms and shit like that for subscribers, likes, yada, yada, yada. So like, subscribe, comment, speculate. Be a friend, tell a friend. The whole thing. I hate doing it. I wish I had like a drop where I could just like press a button and it would say all that shit. I hate saying all that shit. Hit the bell icon so you get notifications about every time we draw something. Yeah. And then you can look and be like, run that way. TSP. Run by Trey. Yeah. Another shitty episode. But as always, you guys rule. May see you next week. May see you in 2 weeks. Either way, stay beautiful and have a good holiday. Be safe. Later.